Ricky Thornton Jr. has put himself behind the 8 ball. He made a number of mistakes in qualifying, failed to advance in the heat race, but he did indeed qualify in the last chance qualifier with a very aggressive move against Ryan Gustin. Before we get to this, I'd like to ask you, please hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss any of our future videos here at John Trent Racing. As I was saying, Ricky Thornton Jr. will have to start 23rd for the main event coming up for the second race in the World of Outlaws season down there at Volusia Speedway Park. Let's look at exactly what happened during Ricky Thornton Jr.'s night down there so far. Here he is in qualifying. He makes a very costly mistake right here, spins out, gets over the cushion, spins out, and then he's only allowed to do one qualifying lap, and it is not very good. I think he qualifies. He's like 10th or 12th in the group that he's in. I think he's in the B group. But let's take a look here and see how he makes a mistake. So he's just coming in, gets up over the cushion, just loses it, spins it sideways, and kind of brings it down right there in front of the pit road. And he would, again, like I said, I think he finished 10th or 12th. And then he would start here back in 8th for the 4th heat. He would eventually end up finishing in 6th. You can see here, winning heat 4 was Cade Dillard. And then you had Dalton Wilson, Big Perm. And then I think it's Ashton Winger. And then Ryan Gustin there in 4th. And then I guess Ricky Thornton finished in 5th. So not 6th. He finished in 6th. So you can see him coming across the line here. Let's take a look. There is Dillard. There's Dalton Wilson, Winger, Gustin, and then Ricky Thornton Jr. with Cody Overton right behind him there in 6th. So obviously did not qualify during his heat race, which forced him into a last chance qualifier race where he was going up against some tough competition. He had to deal with Jimmy Owens. He had to deal with Ryan Gustin. They were looking pretty good. Obviously, Cody Overton was in there as well, but he made a very, very aggressive move. Ricky Thornton Jr. did not want to rely on any kind of provisional. He wanted to get into the race, get the highest starting position he possibly could, and he locked himself in on 23rd. But let's watch this extremely aggressive maneuver that Ricky Thornton Jr. makes. I thought it was a very well-orchestrated move. Did a really good job. I don't think Ryan Gustin knew what happened because he basically ends up on the top side of the track and loses a number of positions, and he might have to settle for a provisional if indeed he qualifies for it. But let's take a look at this here. So you can see here, huge move coming out of turn 4, gets underneath Gustin, sticks it in there, and kind of rides him up the track, almost wrecks right there, saves it, and then Gustin kind of doesn't get in the gas quick as Ricky Thornton Jr. does, and Ricky Thornton's able to get around him, and then Gustin is kind of losing it there up into way on the outside, getting passed by multiple drivers there, falls back to what, 6th, 5th or 6th? So, but Ricky Thornton Jr. would go on to finish in 2nd behind Jimmy Owens, and he has indeed qualified for the main feature, but he will be starting in 23rd. He has a long ways to go to try and get a win. So he's got his work cut out for him. We'll see what he does. We'll see if Ricky Thornton Jr. does Ricky Thornton Jr. things, as the announcers like to say. But it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough, and he's got a long road to hoe here. But it'll be interesting to see how he does. Unfortunately, if you are watching on Dirt Vision, we don't really get to see a lot what happens in the back because the racing in the front is usually so good. So they focus on that race in the front. But we'll have to watch him on the ticker there and see how he moves up on the ticker. But I'll definitely be trying to keep an eye on Ricky Thornton Jr. as he tries to work his way through the field during this World of Outlaws main event down there at Volusia Speedway Park. Let me know what you guys think about what Ricky Thornton Jr. got himself into during qualifying, not moving on in the heat race, and then that very aggressive move against Ryan Gustin during the last chance qualifier.